Okay, here's a thought. What if the trees you walked past every single day, those, silent, still giants, what if they weren't just plants, but actually held memories of you?
Hmm. That sounds like something straight out of science fiction, doesn't it?
It really does, but that's what makes this so fascinating. For this deep dive, we're looking into some pretty cutting-edge research, plant neurobiology stuff.
Right.
It suggests trees might, well, communicate, react to stress, maybe even hold on to information. So our mission today is to kind of unpack this wild idea, mainly using the article, What If Trees Had Memories and Could Remember Us?
Absolutely. And what jumps out right away is this concept they call the wood wide web.
The Wood Wide Web.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's amazing. We're talking these huge underground fungal networks. Think of them like nature's own internet cables.
Wow.
Seriously. They let trees talk to each other, send warnings about pests, share food, even recognize their own family.
Your own family, like related trees.
That's what the research suggests, yeah. It's this incredibly complex,
Yep.
hidden information system right there under our feet.
Okay, so a literal forest internet. That's already mind-blowing. But the article also mentioned something called electrical memory. That sounds very biological, very animal-like.
It does, yeah.
How do scientists even talk about memory in something without, a brain like ours? Is it really memory or more like an analogy?
That's a really important question. And it's key to be clear. Trees don't have brains, no central nervous system like we do.
Right.
But they do show this thing called electrical memory. It's basically a sophisticated way they hold on to information that changes how they act later.
So, like learning from experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about a tree getting stressed, maybe by a sudden drought, or even getting physically damaged, like cut. Its internal electrical signals actually change, and it adjusts how it responds next time. It's not consciousness, definitely not thinking like we do, but it is a real imprint. It shapes how it adapts based on what happened before.
Wow.
Some studies even show trees detecting the vibrations of, say, caterpillars chewing on their leaves,
No way.
and then boosting their chemical defenses in response. That's a form of learning,
Yeah.
remembering that threat.
So they're actively adapting, not just sitting there. They're remembering. That's powerful.
Yeah.
And the article takes this big leap, right? If trees have this kind of memory, what would they remember about us?
It's a pretty wild thought experiment, isn't it?
Yeah, like would the old oak tree in your childhood backyard actually sort of remember you climbing it?
Exactly. Or imagine, like the article suggests, a tree in a city park, hundreds of years old.
Okay.
Think what it's witnessed.
Yeah.
Decades of pollution, maybe protests, couples falling in love under it, or darker still, a tree in an old battlefield holding echoes of explosions of fear.
That's heavy.
It is. Trees live so much longer than us. If they could remember, they'd be the most reliable historians we have, living witnesses.
Wow. Okay. That completely shifts how you think about walking through a park or a forest. It's like you're not alone. You might actually be, well, witnessed by these ancient beings.
It forces you to ask, what is intelligence really? What counts as memory? Maybe the natural world isn't just scenery or resources.
But a living library?
Something like that, yeah. A vast archive of experience. And it suggests our actions, good or bad, might leave a real mark on them.
And what's fascinating is how the science is kind of catching up with some older ideas, right?
Exactly. You look at many indigenous cultures, and they've long held that plants and trees are, sentient or sacred beings.
Right. It's not just folklore.
No. And maybe modern science is just beginning to develop the tools to understand what these traditions have known for centuries. It highlights that there's real value in listening to those diverse perspectives.
So where does this leave us? I mean, can we talk back? Are we going to get a Tree Talk app anytime soon?
Well, maybe not an app tomorrow, but we're getting closer to listening in. There are advances in plant bioacoustics.
Bioacoustics.
Yeah, listening to the subtle sounds they make. And using AI to analyze their electrical signals, their chemical communication, even tiny vibrations. Scientists are basically trying to decode their language.
So decoding Tree Talk.
It makes you wonder, right? Could we actually have a conversation with a forest one day? Could your great-grandkids talk to the tree you plant today and ask it about us?
This whole deep dive, thinking about trees, remembering us, it really does force a major rethink of our place in the world. We're not just looking at nature.
We might be being watched right back, remembered.
Yeah.
And, if they do remember us, maybe we owe them more than just using them for shade or wood.
What do you mean?
I mean, maybe we owe them kindness, respect, a say in how we treat the planet, recognizing them not just as things, but as living archives.
That's a powerful thought to end on. So next time you're out, next time you pass a tree, maybe just pause and ask yourself, if this tree could talk, what story would it tell about me?